Guys, you need to grab your seats right now because the atmosphere in Beyond the Gates is absolutely electric and to get seriously intense. I have been analyzing the recent fallout from that catastrophic plasma explosion, and if you ask me, the emotional carnage is far worse than the physical damage. We are witnessing a total breakdown of trust that might just be irreparable. If you think the drama is peaking, you have no idea what is coming next. My heart honestly breaks for Ashley, who is currently drowning in a sea of grief, and when you see the way she is looking at Grayson, it is nothing short of pure, unadulterated coldness. We know that Ashley has discovered the dark, ugly truth about Grayson's involvement, and frankly, I am not sure there is any coming back from the look of absolute betrayal I saw on her face. It is a nightmare, guys, a total nightmare fueled by loss and deceit that hits harder than any plot twist we have seen in months. Let us be real for a second, because we need to talk about the weight of Derek's death. I personally believe that Ashley is not just mourning a loss. She is grappling with the guilt of having trusted the wrong person. When she looks at Grayson, she does not see the man she loved anymore. She sees the catalyst for the tragedy that tore her world apart. I have seen some fans trying to defend Grayson by saying he was coerced, but honestly, does that really matter to a grieving woman? In my professional opinion, the fact that Derek was caught in that crossfire because of Grayson's choices is the ultimate betrayal. We can clearly see that Grayson is trying everything in his power to bridge the gap, begging for forgiveness and pleading with Ashley to see the reality of the situation, but it is just not landing. It is like watching a car crash in slow motion, and we are all just helpless spectators forced to watch the wreckage pile up higher and higher. Now, here is the kicker that I find absolutely fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Grayson was forced into that plasma theft scheme because Leah held his mother over his head like a sword of Damocles. We know he was desperate, and I suspect he truly felt he had no other option. But the way he pulled Derek into that vortex of danger, that is the part that I think is going to haunt him forever. I have been following these characters for so long, and I know that when a character like Grayson makes a choice like this, the repercussions are always astronomical. You have to ask yourselves, is the love he claims to have for Ashley enough to wash away the blood on his hands? If you ask me, the answer is a resounding no, at least not right now, while the wound is still so fresh and raw. The emotional complexity here is just top tier soap rot, and I am living for every single second of this agonizing tension. Naomi and Shanice are doing their absolute best to pull Ashley out of this downward spiral, trying to convince her that she needs to stop self-flagellating and blaming herself for things out of her control. I feel like their intervention is coming from a place of genuine love, but I also think they are underestimating how deep this betrayal runs. I have seen similar patterns in past storylines, and typically, the protagonist has to hit rock bottom before they can even consider forgiveness. It is painful, it is messy, and it is exactly why we are all so obsessed with this show. We want them to find their way back to each other, but the bridge is currently burning, and I am not entirely sure that there is any water left in Beyond the Gates to put the fire out. But wait, there is a glimmer of hope that keeps us all on our toes. Grayson is not giving up, and I truly believe his feelings for Ashley are authentic. This is not some calculated move. The guy is clearly suffering just as much as she is. We know he ignored Jacob's advice to cut ties, which to me proves that his heart is firmly planted in this relationship no matter how much it destroys him. I think Ashley loves him too, but right now, that love is being suffocated by the suffocating weight of grief. If you ask me, the tragedy of Derek's death has become the third party in their relationship, an invisible ghost that stands between them every time they try to speak. It is heartbreaking, but that is the genius of the writing here. It makes us root for them even when they are at their absolute worst. Let us look at the future, guys. The spoilers tell us that there are so many obstacles between Ashley and Grayson and their supposed happily ever after. I personally have a theory that Grayson's decision to walk away might be the very thing that forces Ashley to realize what she is truly losing. If he actually leaves, the silence left in his wake might be louder than any apology he could ever utter. Would she regret it? Oh, absolutely. I think the moment the door closes behind him, The clarity she has been missing will come crashing down on her. It is the classic trope of realization through absence, and if the writers lean into that, we are going to be in for one hell of a ride. We are talking about a total shift in power dynamics, and honestly, I am here for it. I really want to emphasize how much I admire the way the characters are being developed right now. We are seeing real pain, real regret, and the messy, nonlinear path to healing that everyone goes through. It is not just a soap opera. It is a human drama that hits on those universal fears of losing everything because of one bad decision. When I look at Grayson, I see a man who is desperate for redemption. And when I look at Ashley, I see a woman who is trying to survive the wreckage of her own heart. It is the kind of storytelling that keeps us coming back episode after episode, hoping for a miracle that might never come. We are constantly debating their motives. And that is exactly the point, isn't it? We are supposed to be conflicted. Looking ahead, I suspect that the truth about the plasma theft will eventually come out in ways that no one expects. If Ashley finds out the extent of the manipulation and how Grayson was truly cornered, maybe, just maybe, the tide will turn. But until then, we have to deal with the fallout. I personally don't think she will forgive him anytime soon, and honestly, I don't think she should. The path to redemption needs to be earned, not just given away because of some sweet words. It is going to be a long, grueling road for both of them, and I think we, the audience, are going to be tested just as much as the characters are. Do we want them to reconcile, or do we want to see them grow apart and find themselves through the pain? If you ask me, the most powerful moments are still ahead of us. We are approaching a point where the emotional dam is going to break, and I am absolutely terrified and thrilled at the same time. The chemistry between them is still there, lingering in the air like static, and even in their harshest arguments, you can see the ghost of what they used to be. It is frustrating, it is beautiful, and it is precisely why we stay up at night reading spoilers and trying to piece together the future. We are all deeply invested in this, and that is what makes this community so amazing. Even when we can't agree on anything,